Hey, Javi and Jessica here with Underdog Ninja,
where we help you overcome heart disease so you can get healthier faster and you can thrive.
One of the biggest problems when it comes to fighting heart disease and the holidays is feeling like you're not compromising your nutrition. I mean, maybe all year long you've eaten right, or you're just starting to get on track. And here comes the holidays, right? And you just know that all those good foods, all the dessert that you usually eat, you're gonna have to put that away, or you're gonna have to compromise. Does this happen to you? Comment below. Do you struggle with this? Let me know.
Right, and that's why we're gonna teach you today how to make heart healthy, no oil, no dairy, low sodium, the bomb holiday scallop potatoes. What was I saying? And they are my favorite, and they are his favorite, and we may have a problem with them because we also may have a frozen batch in the freezer.
So this year I made a goal to learn how to plant-based cook. I wanted to help out in the kitchen more. And so here I am. I'm here to help out. This is an easy, simple recipe, right? So what perfect time to get this going?
So the first thing that people need is your help getting out of the way because they need a recipe. One of the things I want to do first, though, is go over a couple of the ingredients when cooking plant-based and in this recipe that you may not be familiar with. Okay, so the first one is nutritional yeast. So my favorite nutritional yeast is from Foods Alive. I found this on Amazon. I've tried several brands from them. This is the least expensive, best tasting nutritional yeast I have found. It is non-fortified. I've got my New York accent's coming out, guys. Non-fortified. And the reason why you want non-fortified nutritional yeast is because, well, two reasons. One is it tastes terrible if you get the fortified. And also it has additives in it that are not good for you, like a ton of folic acid. It's just not good. I'm gonna link this in the description below so you can find it yourself on Amazon. And just a side note on nutritional yeast, this stuff is amazing in most sauces. We use it to sprinkle over healthy popcorn.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, special ingredient number 2 I wanna explain to you. So this is Bragg's liquid aminos, and this is a healthy soy sauce alternative. And if you turn it over here, you'll see all these amino acids. There's 16 amino acids in here. This is also high in sodium if you use too much. So this is not something that you're going to be using like soy sauce, okay? So just keep that in mind. A lot of recipes that we make only have like a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon in there for that reason, but it is an amazing flavor in sauces, in stir fries. It's fantastic.
All right, so what's the first thing we need to do?
First thing is you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Make sure there's nothing inside of it. I just did that. That would have been a terrible mistake. All right, and the next step is to start chopping these potatoes.
Okay, so is there a special way I need to cut these for?
Great question. So you're going to slice these, and look, there's different size potatoes. So with these smaller potatoes, you're gonna wanna slice these in 8-inch rounds, right? But for these larger potatoes, you have any larger ones over there? Great. You might wanna cut this one in half, right? So that you can have the smaller slices that will match these and they'll cook evenly.
Okay, so just straight in half?
Yeah.
I can start with that.
Right.
And then so.
Make sure you sharpen your knives and you're careful that you don't cut yourself.
So just like that?
Yeah, 8-inch thick, not 8-inch thick, 1/8 of an inch thick. So the easiest way to make sure that you're cutting these thin is to not cut at the end of the knife, but to cut here at the beginning of the knife. Okay. Yep. See how much easier that is to cut thin? Perfect. Roll out, pull back. Okay. You slice a nice potato. Look at those beautiful potatoes. Perfection. Did you just lick your hand? friends, is an 1/8 of an inch thick potato slice. Okay, the next thing we need to do is make our sauce. Okay, get your handy dandy Mighty Vitamix or any other high-speed blender that you have. And the reason why oven is preheated.
It's ready.
The reason why I mention other blenders is because a lot of times the Vitamix, of course, will destroy anything you put in it. But if you have a Ninja or if you have a Blendtec or something like that, you just want to make sure that you always soak your cashews like this recipe calls for. I did that so that you could see how that works. However, in a Vitamix, you don't even have to really soak your cashews because it just obliterates the cashews in a sauce and it's amazing. So get yourselves one of these. And actually, I will link that below as well in the description so you can pick up one of these amazing bad boys. So the first thing we're gonna do to make this sauce is drain these cashews. These have been soaking for several minutes in hot water. This softens them so that they will make a creamier sauce. So the creamy sauce is really simple. All you're gonna do is add all of your sauce ingredients into your Vitamix. And you're gonna blend this on high till it's smooth. So usually in a Vitamix, that is 1 to 2 minutes. And in another blender, if you don't have as high a speed of blender as a Vitamix, you're gonna wanna blend this for maybe a minute longer. Just depends on how smooth you want the sauce, but you can check it as you go.
Okay, so now that we made our sauce, what's next?
The next thing we're gonna do is to saute our onion and our garlic in our low sodium veggie broth. So grab the onion. I'm gonna move these out of the way. And I'm gonna show you how to properly dice an onion. And you too. Okay, so the first thing you wanna do is cut off both sides of the onion where the root is and the top, okay? And the next thing is you just ever so slightly take the edge of the blade and you're gonna make a little cut all the way down the outside edge to not cut too far into it. And you're gonna pull off the outer layer. Oh, this always makes me cry.
Don't cry.
Don't cry.
It's okay.
So many onions and emotions.
Jalapenos are so emotional.
It's so emotional. That's why they call it comfort food. Okay, next step. From the top, you're gonna slice right down the center, and you're gonna lay these halves down, okay?
Okay.
All right, then you're going to make even slices through the onion, probably about 1/8 of an inch also, 1/4 of an inch. And then you're gonna turn these across, hold all of these together like a batch, okay?
Okay.
And then you're gonna go across those in as small as you can get it. This will dice the onion fairly small. This should be able to hold all of these pieces together without having to chop over a giant pile of onions. And then when you get to the end, it's a little bit like that. All right, I want you to do the other one.
All right.
Here you go.
Well, now you're gonna make me cry.
Right, so you want to keep all those together.
Okay. Don't stab yourself.
Don't stab yourself. Don't stab yourself. It's
Seriously,
okay. It's okay.
I'm trying not to cry. Whoa. Okay.
That's a strong onion.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
I'm cutting onions over here.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm so hungry. I just want to eat. It's so much easier when you're just cooking.
You can do it.
Ah.
You can do it.
All right.
Okay, so the next step is you want to put those in the pan.
All right.
And this is an amazing pan called the Green Pan. This is a non-stick ceramic coated pan we've used for many things. And this is a great all-around all-purpose pan for you to use, so pick one up. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna pour probably about a 1/4 cup of this low sodium veggie broth into the pan so that you can saute this onion with no oil. Okay, so do a good pour. It's about 1/4 cup, but I usually don't measure it. All right, good. So we're gonna go ahead and saute this for 3 to 4 minutes until the onions are translucent. And then once that happens, we're gonna add our garlic. Go ahead and hand me that garlic. Okay, so this garlic right here, this is minced California garlic, it said. This is the Costco Kirkland brand, but you can get this at most grocery stores. And I like to use this already minced garlic because it's simple, easy, it saves me time, and I always have garlic on hand that I don't have to take the time to press and to cut up and all of those things. So this is a really handy thing to have in your kitchen. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and saute the onions in the broth. All right, so now that you've done that, set those onions and garlic aside, and now it is time to assemble. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is take half of these potato slices and layer them evenly on the bottom of the 9x13 dish.
Does it matter which direction or
You can make any beautiful design you would like to make in the bottom of the dish as long as it's even. Okay, next thing you're gonna wanna do is use half the cream sauce, pour it evenly over to coat the potatoes along the bottom of the dish.
So half of this?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, next thing is you're gonna wanna use half of the onions and garlic mix, and you wanna layer that over the top of that layer. And then you're gonna do all 3 over again before you bake. You can do it! You can do anything you put your mind to! Next thing is you're gonna want to layer that one more time exactly the same way. So the rest of the potatoes. Okay, so now that we've layered 2 layers of potatoes and then sauce and then onions and garlic mixture, the last thing you're gonna wanna do is put on the chives. Now I have 2 different styles of chives here. I have fresh chives you can chop up, okay? But if you can't get a hold of these, or you just wanna make it simple that you always have chives on hand, I also have these dried chives, which I'm just gonna use on this. You're just gonna sprinkle them over the top. It makes it pretty, it's delicious. Okay. And that's it. You're gonna put this in your oven and you're gonna bake it for 60 minutes at 400. And you're gonna check these probably 3/4 of the way through to make sure that the potatoes are cooking. If they're towards the end, not fork tender, you're gonna wanna leave it in for an extra 10 to 20 minutes depending on your oven. And that's it.
This smells so good right now.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to dig in.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? This process was so helpful. I hope you found it helpful too.
So below in the description, you're gonna find this recipe alongside the links for all of the ingredients and products that I mentioned earlier. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up.
And if you want to see more like this, hit subscribe.
Also, if you wanna know more about our free heart disease community on Facebook, click the link in the banner above to join. So we hope you have a happy and healthy holiday from both of us.
God bless.
God bless. Did I say below? There we go.
I picked my nose.
Are you serious? That was the best one. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Nose pair. You ready?
Mm-hmm.